Okay, so another trading day in the books, another day to get better. And this particular day, definitely have to journal this because I lost the account and I feel bad, but this is where I now need to really double down and learn from my mistakes, learn from my losses, because that's going to be the fastest way for me not to do it again. And honestly, this is pretty painful to watch, simply because so right here, this particular setup, um, I ended up losing. Okay, so I won the first trade, so I took US 30. I only had like 75. Yeah, let's see. I think I moved my stop profit way too fast. Stopped out at 70. Price kept moving up. Definitely could have got a lot more. Um, but then after that, I had a directional bias for NAS, and now I'm realizing, like, okay, it doesn't really matter like what other people are trading. You really got to figure out what you have an edge with. And so I'm finding myself leaning more towards NAS, and I guess I wanted to have that option of, okay, whichever one I could see the best. So I started putting US 30 next to NAS, and it might have been a little too confusing for me. So I ended up taking the sell here. No, I took a buy actually. So I had a, I don't know why I actually took this, but after taking this loss, I should have just exit out of my account, stick to my excuse me, stick to my rules of two trades, be okay with the loss. But this particular trading session was just out of my routine. I would normally wake up at 30 minutes before the market open and put up my charts and then draw up my zones and have a quick analyze of the market so I don't over analyze. But this particular trading session, we came home at 2. We came home too late. Way too late. We came home just about 30 minutes before the market opened, had some drinks, and also my state of mind was quite off. The people that we met, some of them I didn't really connect or resonate or vibed with, so it kind of threw me off. Um, but it was an eye opener because I was also getting big headed about my trading, um, and really realizing not to talk about trading outside of your trading community or the the people that you are actually doing the business with, and really just stay low key majority of the time when you're in a social environment about trading. Um, Basically, just be humble, and that's what I got. I got humbled, and I let greed, I let this idea that, oh yeah, I'm gonna be the best trader, which gave me way too much confidence going into the market because I ended up staying in the market way too long than I wanted to because I just saw the dollar signs, which I ended up forgetting about the true reason you'll make it in trading is being an actual trader, not looking at the dollar signs. And I think that's where I really messed up. So I need to continue hearing this over and over again until I learn, because this is really painful. Nobody likes to lose, and I shoulda, coulda, woulda stayed out, or at least took my two losses, or had my first one and then the second one was a loss, which is this one. I'll just fast forward a little bit. Gets taken out, and I had a directional bias for a sell here. So from here on out, I ended up just focusing on NAS. I think I might have actually exited out way before it gets stopped out. Yeah. So that was great risk management, and I should have just, okay, you know what? I should just go to sleep. I didn't catch anything. Great trading day. Nope, that's not what happened. I actually turned off the recording after that because that was a long um, open. And I said, okay, after I turned it off, I should have just, again, logged off, but I didn't. I ended up doing more trading right after that. I ended up taking out US 30, which I know I kept saying just focus on one pair, which is NAS, but for real, this time I'm just going to focus on NAS. Buying and selling on one particular pair, studying where it's going to go. That way I don't get confused. Yeah, that's going to be the path. And looking at this trade right now, it's really painful because price literally just melted on all those levels. And when I was looking at this and I was looking at the 15 on the right side, I looked at the 200 moving average, and 25, 135, and 85 was a perfect target. Perfect target. I kept seeing it, and the one thing I should have done was just continue to sit on my hands. I should have just stepped away from the screen, maybe put down the brightness, started doing push-ups. I don't know. I actually did walk around for a little bit, but continue to do that. Where I think I went wrong was, well, one, I shouldn't have gone into the trade again after I started recording in this, the first session. And then two is just kept my position. Stop playing around with it, because I ended up wanting to move my stop loss. So here I'm drawing some trend lines and giving myself more confidence on holding onto the trade. But my impatience kicked in for sure. And I wanted price to do exactly what it did after. This is to melt and hit take profit right away. But I ended up adjusting my stop loss and get stopped out. And this is where inexperience in the market. From here on out, I'm pretty much just, I really felt like I'm just gambling, if I'm going to be honest, because now I'm forcing trades. I want specific setups to happen right away for me, not me riding the wave. And taking little scalps here and there. I was already down, I think, 1,500, and scalped my way back to 1,200, something like that. And I just thought, okay, cool, I'm gonna be able to make it all back. And I actually developed the patience. I was just scalping my way through the market until it actually started to make its move. And this is why I think doing trade recaps of your trades is very beneficial. So I'm definitely going to keep rewatching this for myself, because like this particular session, it just kept dropping, and I knew there was so much momentum, but I have no idea why I ended up taking a counter trade thinking that I would be catching a reversal. I mean, all these areas were, I guess in my head, valid for me to buy. And I was in profit in some of them, but a lot of times stopped out. From here, I was managing my trade. I was managing my risk, so I kept moving from 500 to like 4 to 300, because from there my capital was already running low. But it's crazy how price just kept melting, and I kept looking for areas to buy. See, here's another position. Profit for a little bit. Knew that's why I was hovering over the X to exit out, but I wanted to capture as much as I could, and price kept lowering down. From here, I just had to manage my risk and put it to 240. Uh, uh, Decision making. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's really painful. Because it really gets you. Those candles will get you. All of your emotions is going to look exactly like that. Just going up and down, up and down. Am I making the right one? Am I making the wrong one? This is really good for me to see. Okay, so this is also, so I already lost the account. I'm now using a practice account, and from here I've already felt numb. I'm like, okay. It's just still going at it, and that was it. But I've learned a lot from this session. I lost the account. It's okay. I'm just happy that I have a supportive trading partner who's constantly giving me positive affirmations and reassurance that this is like building muscle, like going to the gym. It's gonna take some time. Just gotta keep building your building blocks. And yeah, hope you've learned from this lesson, and keep trading.